Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys. Actually, I thought that anytime you get in putting those things out, um, sometimes I'm not totally crazy about the timing of everything that comes out, but because we have plans that we put in place and we're trying to do. But man, I just every one of you that I got to meet, around our recruitment in this few weeks that we've had, you've been very kind and fair, and I'm thankful that we have such interest from all of you. So thank you for doing that. Um, it was a wild 2 weeks for us. I mean, we came into this considerably behind what I think Auburn should be in recruiting. Um, and I have to say, first and foremost, the Zach and Cadillac, and even C-Rob, I think, and probably others too that I'm not totally aware of, but those guys never gave up in trying to hold on to some relationships that had been formed throughout the previous years, along with people in the building. And they deserve a ton of credit for hanging us in the fight until we could get what these families appeared to have some stability and some direction and some vision for our program. And so I'm thankful for those guys. They were faithful to the Auburn family and held us in there with a lot of guys. And then we could get our staff here in place and get in the homes and share the vision with some families, and able to, in a short amount of time, depending on what you look at, I've heard all the numbers, but go from somewhere like 60th to, whatever we are today. I've seen 20th, 19, 16. I never know exactly what those mean, but we're somewhere in that ballpark. And I think that's a remarkable job by not only our on-the-field coaches that were actively out and getting after it, but also the people that serve this program here in the building, from compliance to all of our recruiting staff and all the people that just served and made made the families that came on the visits really feel like, man, there's something special that could be occurring here. So there's a lot of people to thank, and I'm sure I'm forgetting people, but I wanted to start just by saying that there's a lot of people that really held us in some battles for some really good players, and we're excited that showed some to fruition today in some of these young men and their families. So thought we really did well with the DB room, and made some dents in our needs in the offensive line room. Edge guys, I thought we did really well with. On defense, interior, we still have a little work to do, and we still have some work to do in the O-line. We're not through there. We're not through anywhere. We still have some big targets out there that hopefully we can close on either now or in the second wave when we hit the road back in January, when we get back in January, and then the early visits in January. So there's still a lot of targets that we have and some needs, but I thought, man, just you think about J.C. Hart here locally, who's a 4-3 kid and stayed strong with us. I'm really not sure if this guy plays DB or receiver. He's dynamic with the ball in his hands, and kind of anxious to get him here and see. Colton Hood, Auburn legacy guy that we were able to flip from Michigan State, and he in turn helped us. Wonderful mother and father, and Crystal and Benji. Kyan Lee, man, what a big time get there. What a football player he is. Flipping him from Ohio State and out of Georgia. Mylan was an incredible, dad to get to know, and just a great job by Zach, really holding us in that one and getting it to the finish line, along with McGriff and everybody else helping. Darren Reed, man, I think this guy's going to be a heck of a player, and loved one of my favorite home visits there, just being in that home. That's probably I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. That may be the best meal we had, huh, Zach? That was I don't know what was in that gravy, but it was pretty special. It was a good meal. I've got to get back on my diet after this recruiting, but really love that kid, and he loves Auburn. And then Bobby Jamison Travis, we think this guy. I have no idea. JG did all of this pretty much by himself. I can't say I helped him much at all, other than telling him this dude on film is electric and dynamic, and we need big fellas that can run like him, and I think that's a big get for us to help us on our interior. Stephen Johnson, another kid that was committed to an in-conference school that just fell in love with Auburn on the visit, and we need big bodies, and this is one big human being for sure. Wiley, man, what a family. Just another edge guy that I think is going to be an outstanding player. Wonderful mom in Kimberly. Then Keldrick Falk, man, what a battle. Probably spent more time on this one than any. Just love this kid, love his family, and man, Miss LaKendra is just a joy to be around, and just so thrilled that they decided to trust in the vision here and to join us. Elijah McAllister, two-time team captain in this conference at another school. Excited to have him. I think he's going to bring some maturity to that side of the ball, some leadership for these young guys who I think are incredibly talented, like Brenton Williams, who we got also, another edge guy. Some of these edge guys I hope grow into being like Four Eyes also in time, but I just love their dynamic ability. Connor Liu, one of the best centers in America out of high school. That was a hard task there to convince them that this vision here and the stability now he was ready to come, and took us a little while, but he and his family came on another visit, which they're allowed to do, and it was awesome to get them. Braden Joyner has been, solid with us, one of the most solid guys since we got here, and just helped us recruit all the way through. Wonderful family. Haley's, all of them just love Auburn, and so glad we got them. Tyler Johnson, we think this guy is going to be in time. I don't think he's ready-made, but he is exactly what you're looking for in an offensive tackle out of Louisiana. And we're able to get him, and hopefully we will develop him into being a 2-3 year starter when he gets in our program here. Big Too-Tall Miller, Xavion. You're going to love this kid. He brings joy around him. Jake and Joe did an incredible job of winning that battle and recruiting him against other SEC programs, and he's a guy that we need to play right away. We're excited to have him too. Clay Wedden, another one of those in the Connor Liu mold that's going to be an Auburn man, and I think in time play a lot of football for us. Excited to get those high school offensive linemen. Hank Brown, I'm big on not signing a quarterback that I haven't seen throw. I'm very uncomfortable about that, and I've witnessed this guy make every single throw that you need to make. And he is a heck of a guy, great family, and it's going to be a great addition to our locker room and leadership, and see how he competes to throw the football, because he really has an NFL arm. I've witnessed it with my own eyes. Terrence Love, solid family, man. Stephanie and Princeton, they're an Auburn family through and through, stayed strong with us. One of those big safeties you need in this league that can come down and be physical. Sylvester Smith, another DB that McGriff was able to already had a relationship with, and once we got him on campus, we're able to turn his attention to Auburn away from another league school. And then Sorey, what a big time, I think has a chance to be a big time receiver, long and athletic, and hopefully get in our system and develop. So I think that's the ones that we have in thus far. I'm certain that you might have questions that I can answer about those. I wanted to address two before we open it up for questions. I think we've announced our new staff, OC quarterbacks, Philip Montgomery, associate head coach, and running backs Carnell Williams, offensive line Jake Thornton, tight ends Ben Agamoa. Yet to hire wide receivers coach. I'm really close to that. I just have been focusing on recruiting. Defensive coordinator Ron Roberts, defensive line Jeremy Garrett, linebackers Josh Aldridge, and secondary coaches Zach Etheridge and Wesley McGriff. Strength and conditioning Dominique Studinsky, and Ken Austin is our chief quality control of the program that oversees if we say we're going to do something a certain way, let's do it that way. So I'm excited about our staff, and we'll be bringing in the rest of the off-the-field support staff along with the wide receiver coach at the beginning of the new year.